Hello everyone, Giltar here with something I haven't done in quite some time, which is to pose a question for all of you guys to consider and hopefully get some responses so we can get a discussion going about this topic. And the topic for today is basically, what do you guys feel about exclusive or limited release products? Now the reason why I'm asking this, and this is actually something that's been on my mind for several months now, but I've only asked this today because this morning when I woke up, and I'm recording this video before I go to work, I went to Nikong's blog and saw this news article about the limited Super Robot Chogokin Mazen Kaiser Skull starter pack, which is going to be a Tamashii web shop exclusive item. So that means unless you live in Japan, or unless you have somebody who lives in Japan who can get this on your behalf, you're going to have to go through a third party, or like basically a middleman shopping service in order to acquire this item. Now, I will say that I have mixed feelings about exclusive items. On one hand, I like them when they offer something unique and different and something truly deserving of the status of exclusive. On the other hand, I really do dislike the use of exclusives for minor adjustments to existing products, such as repaints or just slight retoolings of a mold, or just adding an extra accessory or two. To me, it really doesn't deserve exclusive status if that's all you're doing to an existing product. And I will say right now that I'm not totally against exclusives, even though I may not be a big fan of them at times. For example, I do have the Tamashii web shop exclusive of the SH Figuarts Endaguba Ziva here. I also have the Sons of Cybertron set of animated Optimus Prime and animated Rodimus. And you know what? Again, I'm not sort of totally abstaining from exclusives, but I usually have specific criteria for when I will decide to pick one up. So for example, Endaguba Ziva here is fairly unique in a couple of respects. First of all, it's a major villain of Kamen Rider Kuga. It doesn't show up in the show on a regular basis, so it is relatively rare. The sculpt itself is fairly unique. The only other SH Figuarts figure that I can think of that would share the same sort of base body and some features is Kuga Ultimate Rising Form, or Ultimate Kuga rather, I'm sorry. Both of those figures are larger than normal. Both of those figures have some similarities, but Endaguba Ziva here has so many differences in the sculpt. Overall, I think it deserves exclusive status. You're getting a brand new product essentially, and you're getting something that, at least in the source material, is not mundane. It's not that it's not that common. It's a little more rare for, again, the character to show up in Kuga. So I get that. I understand why that's an exclusive, and I'm totally fine with it. I think it does deserve exclusivity. Now, with respect to the Sons of Cybertron set here, to be honest, first of all, I'm a big fan of the animated TV show, the cartoon. I'm a big fan of the toy designs, and I'm a big fan of the Rodimus Deluxe Class Transformers figure mold. And the odd thing about this is that the first available version of Rodimus in the animated line is this clear exclusive or limited edition of the figure. Takara Tomi's release of the figure and Hasbro's release of the figure, which is a Toys R Us exclusive, actually came afterward. So in order to get, I really like this mold. I wanted to get my hands on it as soon as I could. So the best option I had at the time a while ago was to get this set. So it's not something I bought on a whim. I don't buy exclusives or repaints or recolorings or clear versions arbitrarily. This is one of the few clear versions of anything I own, and again, it's because I wanted to get the Rodimus mold here as soon as I could, and this was the earliest option. Now getting back to the whole exclusive situation here with the Mazen Kaiser Skull Super Robot Chogokin figure, with respect to this, I really like the figure. I like the Mazen Kaiser Skull design, but I'm just really hesitant about it for the fact that it's the main sort of design slash character, or whatever you want to call it, from the Mazen Kaiser OVA that's coming out in a while. I don't see this deserving exclusive status. Now, it is noted here that this is quote-unquote the starter pack. It comes with a DVD with the first episode of the Mazinger Kaiser Skull OVA series. So this is kind of a, in a way, sort of a promotional type of exclusive product. I mean, it's enticing people to get into the Mazinger Kaiser Skull OVA series by including this DVD with the first episode. So I do understand that, but again, because it's the main character, and I assume it's going to show up, as the main mecha or robot in the Mazinger Kaiser Skull anime, it is kind of puzzling that Bandai is releasing this as a Tamashii Web exclusive. On the other hand, hopefully we'll get an announcement at some point in the near future that Bandai will be releasing a normal non-starter pack which just includes the figure and the accessories, and use that as a regular release product. And if so, I'm all for it, but as it stands right now, I guess I'll be honest, I'm loving the Super Robot Chogokin line so far, even though I only have Mazinger Z. I'm planning on getting the Great Mazinger, so I'm going to be getting Mazinger Kaiser as well, for sure. Or Mazinger Kaiser Skull, rather, but it's not without some hesitation. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the exclusive products. I mean, the thing is that I know a lot of you guys who watch my videos and who subscribe to me really are more into the plastic model kit scene, the Gunpla scene. But the thing is, exclusives, they're there as well in model kits, though not to the same degree. However, in the last year or so, we've seen a lot of exclusive or special items. Many of them are to commemorate the anniversary of Gundam, the 30th anniversary, and we've seen others for various things. Often Bandai will, sort of cross-promote their Gundam franchise and brand with other companies. So we saw like the 7-Eleven, redeco or repaint of the 30th anniversary RX-782 Gundam, and things like that. It's not a big deal. I like those things because they're neat. They're novelty items in my mind, and they're just nice extra options or additions to your collection. But again, at the same time, with other things, especially with the SH Figuarts figures, I find a lot of them are really not deserving of exclusivity. Exclusivity should really be for more special things like Endeguva Ziva here, in my opinion. We get things like Excel Trial version or Trial Mode. That's a Tamashii Web exclusive. I don't get that. It's a normal form, albeit an upgraded form of Excel, but we see it frequently on the show. The same thing goes for Ixa Rising Form, which is a very cool looking figure, but at the same time, it wasn't some super special rare mode of Ixa we saw only in a certain episode of the TV show, or only in one of the Kiva movies, or Kiva movie. So I don't get putting a normal costume design as an exclusive. What else is there? Geez. Well, for example, I do, on the other hand, things like Kamen Rider Eternal, I don't mind that. Again, it's like Endeguva Ziva. It only shows up in a rare instance. But for the most part, Bandai really loves using sort of what I think should be normal release items and just putting them in exclusive, web shop limited status, which I think, it's great for people who want that aura or air of specialness that comes with an exclusive product. Some people make a lot of their collection up of figures or products that are exclusives. But for the most part, I guess the reason why I'm not a big fan of that is that I'm the type of collector who only gets things that I think are neat and fun and cool. I don't have an extensive collection of certain things. I have an extensive collection of all different kinds of junk, basically. Odds and ends and various bits and pieces of various brands and franchises. I'm not like, for example, a Generation 1 Transformers completist who has to have all Generation 1 figures, or just the Japanese Diaclone original version figures, or anything like that. I'm not into that. So things like exclusives really don't click with me right. I only again get certain exclusives because I think they're really neat, like this figure. So those are my thoughts on the whole exclusive product, exclusive item concept, I guess. I'm hoping you guys have some of your thoughts of your own that you're willing to share with me and with us here on my video channel. You know, again, please leave some comments. Video responses are great as well. I appreciate all feedback from you guys. Hope you guys got something out of this question. I know it's something that is not often discussed in sort of the model kit scenes, but in action figure collecting scenes and toy collecting scenes that I'm a part of, it's something that commonly comes up in discussion. So, as usual, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next video.